Hello, today I will review the 121, the Tier 10 Chinese medium tank. So, this medium tank isn't really as popular. You don't see him a lot on the battlefield, so I think it is worth taking a look at this tank and whether it is worth researching it. So I'm starting out here on the map Redshire. This is on the test server. I do not own this tank yet. And I am driving right to the position where usually heavy tanks fight. But this tank has armor, so I am able to go here and try to tank some shots. So the mobility is very good at this tank. For armor tank, you see I arrived very early at my position. I'm not able to shoot the Tessak, however, because of the gun elevation. Well, I am shooting him once for 457 damage. He's penetrating me for 360 damage. I'm rolling out. I'm having trouble with this wreck here. Getting 395 damage in. And here, unfortunately, I do not hit the T-57 heavy. But the S-Conqueror. And he's penetrating me. So this position is usually very weak. You will be penetrated a lot. You see I am exposing my sights. And you just have to peek out here when no one is looking. So penetrating another shot. This tank has a 440 alpha damage, so that's a very nice alpha damage. I like this type of alpha damage. It's a very good DPM for this alpha damage. Well, he penetrated me, unfortunately. Like 3500 DPM for this alpha damage is very good. The stabilization is also very good for such an alpha damage and caliber. And overall, so the gun is very comfortable, I think, on this tank, with also the high penetration of 340 millimeters of penetration. And those AP rounds with 262, well, they're mostly just for long range firing. Another shot into the lower plate. You see, I don't really have to aim a lot. I do not hit the S-Conqueror into his mask. But now I do. So this is mostly an heavy tank for advancing, you see, for playing aggressively. This tank has armor, but it doesn't also have the... So the Object 130U has better armor. But the stabilization for the 430U is worse, and... So... Personally, I would say I even like this tank more. It has very great DPM, so the gun is very great. It has some reliable armor, even though not the reliable one. The turret, well, is armored. It has some those commander hatches on it. So here just shooting the E3 into his side. And he is getting destroyed. And also what I really like is that is the high mobility, so the mobility is also very good for such an armored tank and such gun. So I would kind of say that this tank is kind of underrated. So you don't really see him really often on the battlefield. It is not often played. But I think it's a great tank, and maybe I will research him in the next time. But it's not, well, great tank for those who like to snipe. This is still a tank to play aggressive. Well, penetrating the STRV for some shots. Driving around that back line here. Loading HE to penetrate the FV. The HE has 68 millimeters of penetration. Well, that's not really good, but that's enough for the F3, and 530 alpha damage. So let's see whether the Hori is here or not. Yeah, the Hori is actually here. I'm not getting spotted. And penetrating the Hori into its side. Now I'm peeking out with my turret. And getting another shot into his side. And another one with the 340 millimeters of penetration. And finishing him off. So I can just repeat this tank is very comfortable with the alpha damage, stabilization. You still need to aim, you won't be able to fire right on the move. And also the mobility, you see 50, 55. The amount of HP is also reliable, the armor, mobility. So this is a very versatile tank, I would say. Now it's just a cleanup for all those tanks. I'm not going straight in because I have 404 HP left. The IS-7 is spotted. The UDES. And I'm rushing into the IS-7 because the project is also back there and I'm not able to shoot him. The I-7 is currently not looking at me. I'm shooting into his lower plate. Peeking back. He was not shooting me somehow. And I'm able to finish him off. So that's a victory for this battle. In this battle I dealt 7,464 damage, 2 kills. I tanked some shots from the Tessak, the new light tank that will be released. That's an ace tanker for 1,234 experience. Well, so to sum it up, this is a reliable tank. You can research him if you have a good amount of tier 10 tanks research and you would like a aggressive tank with good DPM, good alpha damage, so a very versatile tank. So that's a very good tank for that. So here's the armor model of the tank. You see the upper plate is easily penetratable. The lower plate is also easily penetratable. The turret is kind of armored. You see here those armored spots. The 2 commander hatches even partly armored. And those 2 spots near the mask. And if you put gold ammunition on, it will be even more obvious where to shoot. But honestly, you won't encounter this tank so a lot in the random battle, so many players won't know where to penetrate him near the mask and rather aim out for the commander hatches. As for the side armor, well, it is kind of armored. With the AP rounds, you can even aim it a bit more than for heat rounds. So the sides are very good armored, I would say. 80 millimeters of armor is pretty good. But the only problem is this side here, so if you will side scrape, you will be penetratable into this spot here. As for equipment, I am using on this tank a stabilizer, a hardening, and a gun rammer. As for modernization, I would use those slots. And that's it for this video. Like and subscribe and bye.